guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. If you are new here, please consider commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my videos. So today's video, I'm kind of starting like a new series here on my channel to add into just the regular mom life days. I'm also going to be starting a weight loss journey again. Now, I have previously made a video on my past weight loss, but I ended up having emergency surgery one day, and with all my previous surgeries, I never really wanted to have another surgery except for one, which would be like a skin removal surgery for when I hit my goal of losing all the weight that I needed to. The last surgery I ever wanted to have on my abdomen area would have been like skin removal. Unfortunately, when I ended up having to get the emergency surgery, which, to clarify, it was a second hernia repair, my original hernia reopened up and it was causing me severe pain. Went to the hospital, I had to have an emergency surgery. That kind of put me in a bit of a depression, to be honest with you. I was having trouble doing things. I got depressed. And unfortunately, I am an emotional eater. When I get stressed out or any type of like super strong feelings, I always run to food, which is my main problem. I need to figure out, and I know I need to figure this out, I need to figure out a different way of handling my stress, whether that be going for a walk or sitting down. And I used to love to like color, like adult coloring books, what you could do. I need to figure something out. So essentially, I'm starting my weight loss journey over. I almost gained all my weight back between just when quarantine hit. I went out and I stocked up on a ton of food that just was gonna last longer. So I didn't buy those fresh veggies and the stuff like that. I stocked up on everything pretty much that was just not healthy, for the portion size. Like, I'm a big girl, I need slightly bigger portions to keep myself from being hungry. And to do that when you're only working on unhealthy foods, you're eating way more calories than you should. So anyways, today is going to be video number 1 of my weight loss journey. Just kind of wanted to go ahead and fill you in on that so there wasn't any confusion on my other video that talked about my weight loss. Now, looking back, I know that I did some stuff wrong. I was so focused on the 0-calorie items that I could get that, yes, they were 0 calorie, but they still weren't healthy for you when you looked at the ingredients. Now, if I go ahead and I change my diet too much, I know that I'm gonna probably shock myself, like shock my body, all these healthy things, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But me and my husband run a business together. This year, more specifically, it's gotten busier. And I also have 3 kids at home. So I know I'm the type that if things aren't always convenient, I struggle with it. So I need to make sure things are as convenient as possible. With that being said, I definitely am going to struggle making 3 different meals a day. So I have to make my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinner. My husband does not really eat breakfast food unless sometimes an occasional oatmeal, or he really likes Kodiak cakes. I'm not making pancakes every morning. That's just like not happening. Now, they do have the frozen pre-made ones, which we do actually have some of those in the freezer. But he, in the mornings, he's kind of in a rush. He just wants his coffee from Dunkin's or whatever, and whatever, that's fine. So anyways, what I think I did wrong is I was kind of starving myself. Now, I guess I should educate a little bit. Now, I don't want anyone to think I'm being a hypocrite because I am a big girl, but I have done a ton of research because I want to make sure that what I am doing is the most accurate and healthy that it can be. So being a big girl that I am, if you haven't heard what maintenance calories means, there is another word for it. It's like figuring out your TDEE, total, I don't know that long saying, but what it's pretty much telling you is you have to figure out what your maintenance calories is. What that means is your maintenance calorie number is the number of calories that you would have to eat to maintain your weight. So being raw and real, I am roughly 360 pounds right now. So my maintenance is roughly, now I have to go and recalculate it, but it is roughly around 3,600. That is not the most accurate way to figure it out. That's just to give you like a ballpark. I'm just kind of giving you estimated things here. Now, when I originally started doing this, I was only trying to eat like 1,600 to 1,800 calories. Now, that is probably perfectly fine for somebody who already weighs a lower amount, doesn't have a bigger stomach, you know, stuff like that. I am a bigger girl, which means my body is taking a lot more energy just to do simple things than somebody who's already small. Like someone who weighs 150 pounds doesn't need as much, fuel as somebody who is bigger. Because for me to go on a walk, I'm gonna burn essentially a shit ton more calories than somebody who is 150 pounds going for a walk. I hope that makes sense to you. So when I first started and I was starting at like 16 to 1,800 calories, my body was still hungry. But I was telling myself like, no, I'm fine. It is what it is. So I was also working out consistently. And when I would go to the gym, I would always burn, if it was a quick day, it was probably around 400 calories. Now the most, I believe, roughly, now take this with a grain of salt, I had my Fitbit, so I kind of went off a little bit what my Fitbit would tell me during my workouts, like roughly how much I'm burning. So the most I had ever burned by myself in the gym alone doing my own thing was like 800. So I was burning anywhere from, I think the lowest was actually like 400, so between 400 and 800 additional calories. So technically, so say I ate that 1,800 calories in a day, but then I was to also go and burn 800 calories, that means my body is only having that like 1,000 calories. For me, that wasn't good. I was hungry and I was never satisfied, which I could handle for a couple months. And then it was just like one day I woke up and I could not, nothing that I ate or what I did was like leaving me satiated. I wasn't satisfied with anything. Nothing was keeping me full. It was just like my body was hungry. So that kind of set myself up for a disaster. Also, my husband was, kind of following the same plan I was, but I made sure he ate more because he was actually going to the gym for almost 2 hours some days, and he was burning upwards of like 1,200 calories at the gym. My husband is also a very large guy, so I know that it sounds like that's a lot of calories burnt, but keep in mind we're much bigger people, so we can burn a lot more calories than somebody who's small. But anyways, we also do lift a lot of heavy weights. We're both decently strong. I don't want to sit here and say that I'm very strong, but I'm strong. So I lift a lot of heavier weights than a lot of other women my age, or whatever you'd like to call it. So essentially we just set us up for disaster. When we hit a plateau, we couldn't really like take off more calories because we were already still hungry. We set ourselves up. So essentially what we want to do this time is we want to do it the right way. We need to learn that it's going to take a long time. I have, 200 pounds to lose, and that's going to take a really long time. Now, in the other previous video, I did lose 60 pounds in 3 months. That is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But I got to do it the right way because I essentially hit that, mark, and I was starving all the time. So this time we are thinking about, for instance, I have that, 3,600 calorie maintenance. Now, if I were to drop roughly 1,000 calories, so for every 500 calories less that you eat off your maintenance is 1 pound a week. So if my maintenance is 3,600 and I take off 1,000, that's 2 pounds a week, and that's like 2,600 calories. Now, to make it more simple, I'm just going to be eating 2,500 calories, and my husband's going to do the same. Now, my husband is like 330 pounds, so his maintenance is roughly 3,300, somewhere in that ballpark. So for him to eat, 1,000 less would be like 23, but we're gonna keep it at 25 because when he does go to the gym, he burns more calories. He stays there longer, where I don't. I just have an issue where I get really anxious at the gym, so I'll be there for like 45 minutes, where he could stay there for a much longer period of time. So with all that being said, and my 2,500 calorie goal for like every day, roughly, I am also someone who has learned through many dietitian and videos and nutritionists and just reading, watching videos and research. I am not somebody who believes you need to have restrictions. Now, there's different ways to look at that. I just think you really need to focus on portion sizes. If you want to have that naughty snack, you have that naughty snack, but you don't have the whole bag of that naughty snack. You know, you have a small portion of it, get that craving out, and then, you know, you have to work it into your diet. Now, it's much easier said than done when you have a greater calorie allowance. Like I have 2,500 calories. Now, if I'm focusing on healthier foods, I have noticed that for me to eat 2,500 calories and have a lot of healthy foods like veggies and your lean proteins and stuff like that, it's kind of actually, it almost is kind of like, wow, like I have a lot of food to eat in a day. Especially my breakfast. Now, if I were to divide this out, now I'm somebody who's probably only gonna eat 3 meals a day. I'm lucky if it's 4. So if I divide, you know, the 2,500 by, oh gosh, I don't even know, maybe by, so 3 meals, but let me take off like 100 for a snack if I wanted like a yogurt or banana. I don't want to snack too much, but that's like 800 calories a meal. That to me just seems so excessive. Now, if you are somebody who already knows like veggies and stuff, you can make an entire like steamable frozen veggie. Like I like to eat like the broccoli and cauliflower one, for instance. The entire bag of that is only usually roughly, let's say 150 calories. I could eat that, and then I could eat 4 to 8 ounces of, let's say, lean chicken, like seasoned lean chicken. Now that chicken is probably like, for 4 ounces, I believe is like 120 calories. So 240 calories for the 8 ounces of chicken. That's 240 plus the 150. So what? Oh, I lost my train of thought here. So it's just, that's like what, 390 calories for 8 ounces of chicken and an entire bag of frozen vegetables. Now, if you see where I'm coming from, to eat that healthy, it's gonna seem like it's gonna be difficult. So what I am gonna have to kind of learn is to let in with maybe those healthy sauces or things like that. And that's if I really don't want to eat that 4th meal in a day. Now, if I were to divide this up into 4 meals, it'd be 600, which today, this morning, I know this is going to be the footage is going to be a little different. I've already made my breakfast for the morning, but you're not going to see it until after this clip. So my breakfast this morning came to about roughly 600 calories. That is my goal. Now, if I get hungry, I can have a snack. I can kind of go about this doing it multiple ways. I could do the 3 meals and then allocate like 700 in snacks throughout the day. I could do that. I'm just not sure how I'm gonna go about this quite yet. I just know that I need to aim for the 2,500 calories in a day. So also to help myself, just to stay on track, I know I wake up some days and I just have like no motivation. I have no checklist. I have no to-do list. I have nothing. I just do whatever as the day goes, like with my kids in the business and stuff like that. So I went ahead and I got myself a new planner. Looks like this. It's the, it's not focusing. It's the Day Designer. I don't know if you guys were able to see that or not. But what I really enjoy about this is, I'm just gonna show you a random date that has no writing on it yet. I don't know if you can see this, but this side right here is like timed. So it starts at like 6 a.m., goes all the way down to 8 o'clock at night, which is like absolutely perfect for me. This little slot right here, it says today's top 3. So maybe like your top 3 tasks that you really need to get done, or your top 3 cleaning things you need to get done. You're like, you know, it's whatever it's you need to do. Then you have your to-do list with your little boxes you can check off as you go. it gives you just like a little bit of, like a little quote here, you know, motivational quote, I guess you can call it. It says, patience is the best remedy for every trouble. Over here, you have a note section. You can write down notes, pretty large. Down here at the bottom, it says tonight. I'm not sure what you'd really put there. Maybe if you had special plans or something that evening, you could fill it in. Maybe on certain days of the week, you have like a date night with your husband or a movie night with your husband, whatever it may be. And then the little box right next to it, it says gratitude. I don't know if I'll really ever use that. My main focus was honestly the hourly like things. Now I still need to go ahead and really plan out what I want to be doing with my day, my exercises, my walks, my stuff like that. But like, this is what I have so far for today. This is just what it looks like. I don't have every single block obviously filled in, but I do have quite a bit. You know, I have 7 o'clock, wake up, 7:30. I had to go to Walmart today to get my husband some shorts, the kids breakfast, Brian goes to work, Jax's first nap. I'm gonna be going to Hobby Lobby today. So it's just, you know, different things. But I just think that this is gonna be able to keep myself more accountable on what I do throughout the day. Making sure like I'm getting in enough water, you know, going on 1 to 2 walks a day. Now, essentially what I would really love to do is to take 2 walks a day. I would really like to take like my first walk in the morning before the kids and my husband are up from work. Maybe just me and Blue. If you don't know, Blue is my 10-month-old husky puppy. He's currently actually laying on the floor with me here. Just sleeping away. And then, you know, come home and do the stuff with the kids and stuff then. And then I would like to take a walk with my kids later on in the evening, probably after they eat their dinner. Take the kids for a walk, wind down for bed, something like that. Get some energy out. But anyways, back to like the more weight loss aspect of it. Yeah, my goal is probably around 600 per meal, which brings me up to like 1800, which leaves me about another 700 calories. Whether I just want to do a protein shake one day to get my extra protein in. Typically to have one of my large protein shakes, I don't add anything additional to it. I just do the powder and water. So if I do 2 scoops of that, that's like 200 calories. 1 scoop is obviously 100 calories. So that would be 200 easily right there. Another snack, I have a couple coconut milk yogurts in the fridge. Those are, I think, around 140 calories. You know, now we're looking at 340. If I add in a banana, we're looking at maybe 450. So it leaves me like another 250. Maybe for like a nighttime snack before bed. I don't know. You know, there's different things that you can do. Maybe one of your meals will be even bigger. I have no idea. It could potentially be bigger, especially dinners. I like to do veggies. I like my carbs and I like my protein. Lunch, I'd like to slightly more focus on protein and veggies. Make sure I'm nice and full and I feel good, just because I have a ton of stuff to do during the day with the kids, so I don't want to do too many carbs and then feel heavy. But also, to actually add on that, I am not somebody who is against carbs. I don't believe that you need to cut out carbs at all. I don't. I'm sure there's good things about like the keto diet and barely having any carbs or just a low carb diet, but I'm not one of them. I know I am somebody, I'm not going to be able to give up all carbs. I'm not going to give up my white rice, like, you know, just stuff like that. And I've learned you don't have to. You just don't have to. They're not bad for you. It just takes longer to burn those to burn that type of carb. I love sweet potatoes. Those are good for you. But essentially, I'm not restricting anything. I'm just going to work things into my diet. Now, if I know that, for instance, I have a family dinner, a family barbecue, something like that, I might just make sure that, you know, say my barbecue is around lunchtime, right? My breakfast, if I'm not hungry, maybe I'll skip it. Or just make sure it's like a lower calorie breakfast. You know, just keep it on the lower side, maybe keep it a little bit smaller, just so that when you go to this barbecue, which you still want to be conscious of what you're doing at the barbecue. Now, if you're going to have a burger, depending on the burger can be quite a bit of calories. So you could keep the bread off to keep it lower, maybe keep the cheese off, but if you need the cheese, you need the cheese. Like, it is what it is. Just be conscious of what you're doing. Usually at a barbecue, there's maybe like a fruit salad. Eat some fruit instead of eating, you know, 2 burgers or a burger and a hot dog. You choose one or the other, or, you know, just be conscious of what you're doing. I also am going to be keeping track of my calories for the most part, just so I can see exactly how much of something roughly is like a certain amount of calories. Now, I already did that from keeping track previously, and I've definitely learned some things, and that's how I can sit here and say to have like 600 calories within, you know, 8 ounces of lean chicken and like 1 bag of frozen veggies that don't have sauce, they're just like steamed veggies. Like 600 calories, that's not something that's going to be easy to hit unless you add in something like fatty, like avocado. I don't like avocado, so I can't just add in that healthy fat. You know, you could add like a sauce to it if you really wanted to, but you know, sauces aren't always the best. They usually always have hidden sugars. And if you're someone who needs to focus on your, you know, less sugar, then that's maybe not the best way to go. Just stuff like that. So anyways, I just wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit about what my plans are for the future and starting today. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you what I am making for all my meals throughout the day. I'm probably gonna be uploading a video. My goal is every week. We will see. Now, I may not update you on my weight every single week because I also don't think that you should weigh yourself too often because it does start to drive you crazy. As well as people who weigh themselves every day, I don't think it's smart because your weight can fluctuate within, like, if I remember correctly, it's like between 5 and 10 pounds, give or take. Maybe just for someone big, I'm not 100% sure, but I know that you can drive yourself crazy, be like, oh my God, I gained 2 pounds. But in reality, you didn't. It's just the liquid that is still in your body. You know, your food is still digesting. You need to give that time. So I do not believe in weighing yourself all the time. But if you do weigh yourself, if you're someone that needs to weigh yourself every day, try to at least weigh yourself in the morning before you drink, before you eat, before you anything. You know, get up, go to the bathroom, relieve yourself, and then maybe weigh yourself. But I don't think you should do it every day. Now, hey, am I going to take my own advice? Maybe not. I might get a little obsessed with it. I don't know. Do I want to? No. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and show you the clips for my breakfast, show you kind of what I made, roughly the amount of calories. Now, I know at least this video, maybe not my next video, because by the time I make my next video, it's probably going to be about a week away. I should be able to clear out most of the unhealthier options out of the fridge, but you will see that I have like an unhealthier butter I have to use. Not that I have to, but I don't want to waste stuff either. Not in the times that we're in, or really ever. I really don't want to waste stuff. So today's breakfast was a little bit higher in calories. I didn't have the best bread. I had to use like this higher calorie, not so healthy butter, just stuff like that. So just keep in mind in this video, I'm probably going to be using mostly of what we already have. So I'm kind of working with what we have this week. Now I'm still aiming for the 2,500 calories. That's not changing, but we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and show you the clip, but you know, it is what it is. Gotta eat what I gotta eat. You know what I mean? But anyways, let's roll breakfast. All right, guys, so for meal number 1 of the day, I am having 2 of these organic eggs. I did already crack them in here. There's 2 in here. I'm also going to be putting in some egg whites. I'm probably just going to do maybe like half a cup of egg whites. So 2 eggs, 1/2 cup of egg whites. I will also be putting in spinach, but I'm not going to put the spinach in just yet. put just a little bit of salt. Need to get some more black pepper. And then I'm only gonna put just a little bit of avocado oil in the pan just so the eggs don't stick too much. Okay. So what I am gonna start out doing is just putting a little bit of spinach in the pan. Obviously I gotta get the pan going first. Just bought this spinach today, actually. So I like to kind of just rip a little bit, just to make it a little bit smaller, a little bit quicker to wilt up per se. And I really don't mind spinach, so one, I never ever weigh out my spinach. It's just, it's so low in calorie that, like, what is the need, honestly? So, all right, I got the spinach in. I'll give you a better view of that in a second. I'm just gonna go put this stuff away. All right, so we got the spinach right there. I just have to let this warm up. Saute it just a little bit. Then I have my eggs, egg white, salt, and pepper here. I'm gonna add this into there when that wilts up just a little bit. And over here, now I have to kind of use up what I already have. I know this stuff isn't good for you, the canola oil and everything like that, but I'm gonna probably use just a little bit of this on my toast. It's 100 calories per tablespoon, so this is unfortunately high in calories. I'm gonna try to just use 1 tablespoon. That's my goal. I have my toast in here. Oh, don't mind how dirty it is. Which the toast, it's actually this Pepperidge Farm 15 grain bread. I definitely will need to work on finding better bread. But that's what I'm looking at. I do have bananas if I want a banana as well. But we'll see what the calories look like when everything's done. All right, guys, so here is the final product. The 2 whole eggs, 1/2 cup of egg whites, salt and pepper, 2 pieces of this toast, which I'm trying to think what it came out to. It was somewhere over like 500 calories for this, the toast with the butter. I am putting on just a little bit of ketchup to give the eggs a little bit of flavor. I was gonna do hot sauce, but I'm kind of not in the mood for hot sauce right now. This is 20 calories per tablespoon. I definitely need to work on finding a better option besides the, like, you know, this one. I know there's an option where it's sweetened with honey. I have a really hard time finding that. Also, I have my 1 liter size bottle of water. I at least try to drink 2 of these, so that's 2 liters, which it's 33.8 fluid ounces. So, I mean, it's only roughly about, I believe, like, I could be wrong on this, but it's only about half the water I should be drinking. But, like, when I'm, like, running out the door, which I did this morning, so I had this water. I obviously haven't drank much of it yet. But I'm not a fan of coffee much, so I typically try to drink about half a can of this. This is 300 milligrams of caffeine, so if I split it in half, it's a much healthier dose to last me. I would say that I drink the whole can throughout the entire day, but like at one sitting, kind of, I'll be sipping about half of it. This is a 0-calorie energy drink. Not the best for you, I know. But I'm going to do what I'm going to do for now, and I'm going to change things up as I go. But yeah, this is roughly, probably with the ketchup, we're looking at about 600 calories, so not too bad. Alright guys, so this is what I am eating for lunch today. This is just like an overview. This is going to be today and tomorrow's lunches. All I did was this vegetable medley from Walmart. So broccoli, cauliflower, and carrot. I did half the bag in each, so the vegetables only comes out to 50 calories. Then I also made this, the Seeds of Change organic quinoa and brown rice. Then it has some garlic in it. The entire package is 410 calories. So I just divided that in two. So we got like 205 in here, 205 in here, and plus the 50, 255. And then in each container, I have about 8 ounces of lean steak tips, or lean steak, sorry, that I just cut in 2 pieces. I do have to go ahead and add the lean steak tips up. And then I will give you my total calories once I figure that out. But this is what I'm eating for lunch. There's definitely a lot there. It's going to be very filling and should definitely keep me full until dinner time. It is currently 2:09 at the moment. So I'm not sure exactly what time I'll be eating dinner. But if I eat a snack, I will definitely let you know. Alright guys, I just wanted to fill you in quickly. My lunch roughly came out to about 776 calories. I know that does sound like a lot, but I'm not going to be having 4 meals today. I probably won't be having snacks either. It was so filling. So I'm only at roughly, it was like 1,300 and like 20 something calories. I'm not 100% sure, and I can't check my fitness pal because I'm on my phone recording. But I still have about 1,200 calories still left of the day, and I'm obviously not going to eat 1,200 calories in one sitting. So I'm going to have something. I'm just not sure how I'm going to finish off with the 2,500 calories, but I will just have to figure it out. But yeah, that is my lunch, 776. Alright guys, so it has been a bit of a long day, so I'm going to go ahead and get dinner started. It is now 8:14. Ooh, got a little dirt. Let's clean that up. Anyways, my husband went fishing for the evening. He's still not home. He'll probably be getting home within the hour, but it's just getting really late and I don't want to really go ahead and eat, 10 o'clock at night. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and make this boneless, skinless chicken thighs. There is 1.35 pounds here. So I'm probably going to end up eating 2 pieces where my husband's going to be eating 3 pieces of the chicken. I'm going to be having some green beans. I'm going to try to get him to have some green beans. I don't know how that's going to go. I will also be eating a mashed cauliflower. I forget what the facts are. Okay, so I'm going to end up eating this entire container. It's 160 calories for this entire container. And I'm going to be using this kind of as like my main source of like carbs for this meal. 25 gram of carbs for this entire thing here. So I'll be having the mashed cauliflower, 2 pieces of the boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I'm going to be seasoning it with this all-purpose barbecue seasoning, which you can see, it's like one of my favorites, and garlic salt. Now, I know that these can have sugar in it, probably does have sugar in it. Honestly, I don't really avoid sugars because I don't eat or drink anything really with sugar in it. I typically stick to mostly water. So anyways, I'm not really worried about it. So I'm going to use those 2 for the chicken. Maybe add a little bit of garlic salt to the green beans once they come out, just for a little bit of flavor. But besides that, for my husband as well, I'm going to be making 1/3 cup of white jasmine rice, which that's going to be too big. So 1/3 cup of the orange. So I'm going to be doing 1/3 cup of rice, which is 1 serving, which comes out to roughly 200 something calories. But that's not important at the moment. I will go ahead and gather all the calorie information at the end once I weigh everything and get everything on my plate. But for now, I just want to let you know what I was doing for dinner. And I will show you what it looks like when it is done. Alright guys, here it is. I did put a little bit of, it's like this 0-calorie spray butter that I have on the green beans, which I have more green beans here. So this is the full container of the cauliflower mashed with roughly 300 calories of chicken thighs and then the green beans. Now, if I were to eat this entire plate plus the green beans in this bowl, which is a lot of food, would come out to roughly 600 calories. but I don't foresee myself being able to eat all these green beans. So the entire package of green beans was about 100 calories. So maybe minus 50. We're looking at 550 calories for my plate. Now, my husband's chicken, I don't know if you can tell, there's a bit more here. There is roughly like 450 calories of chicken thigh here. And then his one serving of rice, which is almost done, which would bring his total to roughly 650 calories, which is precisely like what we're aiming for, at least for him. Now, I'm not going to be eating anything else today, so as you know, this is not going to put me up to the 2,500 calorie goal, but you know, some days that is okay. It's okay to fluctuate. You're not always going to hit your goals. I didn't have a snack. Now, if I end up being awake for an excessive amount of time, maybe I'll go and have like a yogurt. But being that it is almost 9 o'clock, I don't see myself having anything else today. So we're looking at, you know, not 2,500. But that is going to be the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed and plan on seeing these updates probably once a week on my channel. And I hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.